Did too. Let me show you what's going on outside. Lorenz and Lorenz, 360 camera showing cloud cover and temperature 60 degrees. We pretty much have everybody in those 60s out there, and we're on our way to the 80s. Forecast high 87. Mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. It's not going to be overcast all day, but again, some filtered sun and gusty winds at times. Those winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. We're looking at that coming out of the southeast, and that's helping these temperatures warm up. Yesterday we were at 83, so about 4 to 5 degrees warmer than what you felt yesterday afternoon, and a little bit of air moving around. We've got gusty winds expected again tomorrow and Friday, same direction coming out of the southeast. So that gives us that bump in temperatures and that bump in humidity. That humidity, though, is moisture that our next cold front will work with to squeeze out some storms and showers. We've got a developing trough here over the western side of the nation. I do anticipate the bulk of this storm action to still be north of us. This is going to be a big snowmaker for the Rocky Mountain region, but it sends a cold front our way, and that's going to be the trigger for storms and showers. This starts, though, as early as Friday night with the dry line, that separation between the dry desert air of New Mexico and that more humid Gulf moisture sitting on top of Texas. That boundary could spark a few isolated storms Friday. Whether or not those storms hold together long enough to make it past, the big country and into central Texas is still a little bit of a question mark. Rain chances low, it's 10%, so very isolated, low confidence. I'm more confident and Saturday. Saturday, we've got showers and storms. Saturday into Sunday is where I think those rain chances peak. So this is largely going to be an overnight event, it looks like, with the potential for some strong to severe storms Saturday night into Easter Sunday. But look at the clock here. This is midday Sunday, and a lot of this is already expected to be moving east of us. The later you wait on Easter for those outdoor plans, I think the drier it will be. Saturday night into Sunday is the biggest concern right now for some of those strong to severe storms. We're already outlooked for the potential for severe storms, in addition to a low flooding threat. 1 to 2 inches possible, mainly west of Highway 281. I think the majority of us will be here by the time we hit midday Saturday. 1/4 of an inch to an inch is what I'm going with. So 7-day forecast, upper 80s today. 90s Thursday, Friday. Again, very unusual to see so many 90s this early in the year. We do have a 50% chance of storms and showers late Saturday into Sunday. Temperatures trending cooler next week out of the 90s and into the 80s with your overnight lows in those 50s, 60s, and 70s. It is Wednesday, so time now for your first Warning Weather University lesson of the day. Something for the kids. Raindrops. You can tell them the shape of a raindrop. It starts out as that perfect sphere, but as it falls and runs into air friction and resistance, it turns more into the shape of a jelly bean or a kidney bean. The speed of a raindrop typically falls at about 14 to 20 miles per hour. The bigger ones can get up to 20 miles per hour. The smell of rain actually has a name, and that's petrichor. Sometimes those raindrops will kick up tiny little air bubbles with dust and dirt, and that will sometimes, just kind of like the bubbles in champagne, will give you that smell, that rain smell. And a type of rain that I love to talk about is phantom rain, when the raindrops actually evaporate before they reach the ground. It gives you kind of like that transparent veil. That is what we call virga, but also known as phantom rain. That is your first Warning Weather University lesson today.